Hello and welcome. I'm John and I'm standing upstairs on Amelia the bus. She's a wonderful retrofitted MCW Metro bus that was built in the Midlands. Yes, when we used to build stuff. Now, talking about building stuff, one of the reasons that we're here is to showcase on the bus and take it around the country what can be done in a sustainable way. How that with this installation, there is absolutely no heat on this bus on this, it was -1 I think this morning, and at the moment it's only a couple of degrees. Yeah, I'm actually still too warm. This is some of the power of using materials in a way that insulate, that can sustain the heat or keep out the cold or keep out the heat in the summer and vice versa. But building, let's talk about that. One of the major goals for this tour is about building eco-villages with homes, true homes, not a house, a home that you can live in, a home that's comfortable, that you absolutely adore. And the question is, have you ever gone to a ski resort or a retreat or someplace on a farm and just thought, I never want to leave? Well, most people would say that. In fact, the farm that we're filming next week is the place I've been and I thought I don't actually want to leave, which means doing these eco-villages is the most exciting thing I can actually think of at the moment. So apart from driving Amelia, that's also a lot of challenge and a lot of fun. But nevertheless, these places that we go to that we really don't want to leave, why are homes and houses today not designed like that? Why is it we need to go somewhere else to go to somewhere that is actually a nice place to live, but then told, well, it's only temporary, it's a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month if you're lucky? Because we are doing this all wrong. And I say we, it's not as in you watching or myself or the people that want to change. The corporations, the people who have the status quo, who build a house as cheaply as they can possibly get away with, so they can make as maximum profit as they can get away with. And this is the problem. The second a home becomes an asset for a corporation, it's the second it's not built as a home anymore. It's built as just, well, it's an asset. Who cares what goes on there? As long as it brings up our value. That's the issue. Now, are we going to change this? Are we going to change the status quo, which seems to have the government, corporations and all the big players happy to keep it as it is because they can make these things cheaply, look like rubbish, feel like rubbish, flimsy, and some of the state of some of the new homes I've seen is astonishing. Curved windowsills that are supposed to be flat, floors that wobble, doors that don't close. This is just, not even the Victorians did it like this. The house I grew up in was an old end terrace. It was solid. It wasn't insulated, but it was solid, and it could have been retrofitted. Now, what we're talking about is an eco-village, a place where you'd never want to leave, but is actually your home. We're not on about huts like Tarzan or something like that, which I think would be cool, personally speaking. No, we're talking about proper, high-tech, eco-designed homes that are built in a small community, small village, that has a central point with vegetables, with resources, where you can work, you want to work with others in your local area. And this is just magic. It's a little bit like The Hobbit. A place where you know people, a place where you can go off to your little beautiful home, feel a bit of isolation whenever you need it, or join the community. Completely up to you. The difference is, when you open that door on your eco-type home and close that door, it's proper, thick, totally adequate to block all the cold, all the heat of the summer. It's a real door. It's a bit like the space age. It's like a spaceship. It isolates you because it's insulated. It's designed well. That whole place that you will dwell in is going to be somewhere you won't want to leave. You can sit and read a book. You can actually just sit back and enjoy, no matter what's happening outside, the perfect atmosphere because they've been designed that way. We can build houses that require no heating. or extremely low cost heating, which means it can be totally powered by renewables, solar, wind, etc., etc. And then you can come out and join the community. You can learn skills. We can have in the central area, you could have a place where you could learn to bake, maybe ironmongery, or whatever else that you bring into it. We can have a cohesive community that just feels wonderful. It takes away the isolation that we have. And all our resources, our energy is put into keeping the area clean, maintained, and you can still work. Like I said, it's not like something on Tarzan. It literally has these pods, these homes, these roundhouses, whichever ones we come up with, because we'll be testing several, are going to be groundbreaking. You will have built-in internet. You will have built-in controls for lighting, for heating, for adjusting the temperature, and it will all be done off-grid. We won't be connecting to the grid. The whole system will be designed with nature in mind, so that literally if the village was taken away, you wouldn't know we were there. There's no concrete, there's no poisonous chemicals, there's none of that stuff. The place that you deserve to live rather than the place you would like to live. You deserve it. You don't deserve to have some of the rubbish that's around at the moment. And with the resentment that's built up, people are sick of these houses and the cost that they're paying for them. Can you imagine paying a colossal amount less and getting something so brilliant that you'd never want to leave? That's what these eco-village communities are about. If you'd like to get involved, please get in touch, because ultimately it's together we're going to make them. It's with the skills from many, many different people that they're going to come together, and we'll be testing a little bit like that nursery rhyme, which I don't remember off the top of my head, but there's a brick house at the end, there's a straw house, and I think there's a wooden house. The wolf comes blowing. We'll be testing to see which design works the best and ticks as many boxes as possible. Blend into the environment, is highly insulated, doesn't have any problems with damp, is the most useful and enjoyable to live in. That could be the shape, that could be the walls, it could be a lot of things. So we'll be testing a pilot with different versions, and we'll be asking you to take part and find out which ones you prefer, because these homes are designed for human beings. They're not designed for the corporations to make money. So they will be totally different from anything you've ever seen before. Thanks for watching.